That should be good. Alright, well, I think that everything should be all fine now. Hopefully it isn't too far away, this stream. Hopefully it's up and running. Let's see here. Alright, I think we're good. Yep, so tile is up. Actually, you know what? I might have to fix that. Oh, I'll fix it I'll fix it later. It can be done with a minor fix. Alright. Alright, well anyway, the stream's up and the chat is up as well, and we're all good to go. That is absolutely fantastic. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to round 11 of the FA Championship here on PSGL, the final round of the championship. I'm Katie1997, your lead commentator for this event for the final time, and this time we are racing at the great Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. This track was first introduced into Formula 1 back in 1972. It has been one of the, in its history, been one of the most historic and one of the greatest racetracks that everyone loves to go to and watch here in the Formula 1 schedule. This track consists of 2.677 miles and 15 turns, one that leads down the main straightaway into the first couple of turns of the center S that leads into turn 3, Curva de Sol, and down the back straight of Descida del Lago, and down the Retroposta towards Descida del Lago, which is turn 4. Drivers, though, will have to deal with a tricky center S, and then, of course, with the technical section of the middle sector of basically just a bunch of uphill elevation and tight corners, and a little bit of tricky traction zone, most in particular turn 10 of Pico de Pato. And then also the corner that maintains a lot of the pace of the lap, June South, turn 12, another corner the drivers will have to keep their eyes on as well. It is dry as we can see, although in the wet conditions, I know in Brazil, it is definitely one of the most treacherous to go around. Hopefully we won't see that, although it is something that we can see in Brazil in times around here in Interlagos. Now, before we go fully focusing on to qualifying, there is a little bit of news to go through first. From last week's race at Jeddah, and there are quite a few incidents that were reported. We'll start with a couple of them, first of which is an incident involving Robson and Jesler that was reported as no further action. The other one was an incident between Jesler and Dutch Tricks, and if you remember, that was when Dutch Tricks had to go back in the pit lane the second time for damage. That incident was awarded to Dutch for the incident that occurred at turn 27. That 5-second time penalty would put him out of the podium, and as a result, it would demote him from P2 down to P4. The other incident, though, this is one we caught a little bit on stream. This one was between Max and Patuca. Both of these drivers were awarded penalties, quite severe ones too. Patuca was awarded a 5 license points and was disqualified from the session. And because of that, he was also excluded for participating in Brazil tonight. Max, though, on the other hand, was awarded a 5 license points, and which counted up as a total of, oh gee whiz, 15. And the reasons were because of if we go over real quick, the only reasons was because the first bit was what we caught on stream when Patuca and Max ran into each other at turn 16 and 17, when Patuca was driving quite slowly. And then Patuca was put into the wall by Max. And then there were other incidents leading up to it when they went up towards the final couple of turns. That's also basically why these two are not in the session for tonight. So yeah, because of all the shenanigans, Max and Patuca were awarded race bans and will not participate here at Interlagos for tonight. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, As we all know, that Aguilera has claimed the Drivers' Championship already here, and he claimed that last week at Jeddah, so it is all sealed for the Drivers' Championship. Jesler is in second with 70 points, followed by Platendo in fourth. Platendo third, I'm sorry, with 65 points. Aguilera had 90 points, so that's basically a 28-point gap. So yeah, championship's pretty much sealed. In fourth is Strategy with 60. Dutch Tricks in fifth with 59. Tico in sixth with 51. Lucas in seventh with 51. Max Vigas, who is not here, quite like I mentioned, he has a reserve race ban. He has 40 points. Jimmy in ninth with 27, and Pateka rounded it all off with 25 points. The Constructors' Championship, though, is still going on. In between Red Bull and Aston Martin. It is a 19-point difference between those two, and Red Bull currently lead the way in the Constructors' Championship. Basically, what Aston have to hope for is to basically get towards the top three, and basically for Red Bull to have a very big shocker race. Pretty much gain minimal or no points at all, just for short terms. It's 143 points for Red Bull, 124 for Aston Martin. And third is Williams with 77, AlphaTauri in fourth with 57 points, Alfa Romeo in fifth with 51, Alpine in sixth with 44, Haas in seventh with 37. In eighth is Mercedes with 36. McLaren in ninth. McLaren in ninth, with 8, and Ferrari in 10th with 5. That's it in terms of news. We can now fully focus to this qualifying section, and currently at the top of the table is Dutch Tricks with a 1 minute 7.675. Not too shabby, of course. And we don't really need that. Qualifying, though, here in Interlagos tends to be very close, and it's, well, proving that case already. Top three separated by just about 14 thousandths of a second. Only drivers as well in the 1 minute 7.6 range. There was a car that was off of the grass I did see there. I didn't quite catch who that was. Aguilera looks like he's got to get... oh no, he's going back into pit line. I take that back. Plate 10, I think he was on an out lap. I think he'll be getting ready to go. Yep, he is. Alright, we'll take advantage of it. Give you a proper tour of the racetrack here at Interlagos. Down the main straightaway with DRS right open. Peak speed, 204 miles an hour. Brings it down to fourth gear. Uses all the curves at turns 1 and 2. Around curve into Seoul into turn 3. And then at the exit of turn 3, opens the DRS. Heads down the Retro Repulsor, down the back straight. Towards the Cita de Lago, turn 4. Another overtaking spot as well here at Interlagos. Stroduzzi has crashed out, though. That's at the exit of turn 3. Actually, if we could go check that out real quickly. See exactly what happened to him. Car, oh, there it is there. Yep, spinning at the exit of turn 3. Puts him into the wall. He is out of qualifying. Will not further participate. Alright, we'll use Dutch. Oh, because he nearly had a twitch there at the exit of turn 4. Through turn 5, we'll use him instead to go through the lap. Up the hill through Fira Dirt. 5th gear down to 5th, then short shifting up to 6. And then heading around turn 8. Up towards turn 9, down to 2nd. Then short shifts up to 3rd. Then up to 4th at the exit of turn 9. Now up towards Pico Tapata, turn 10. Like I said, it's a very tricky traction zone corner as well here in Interlagos. Around Magulio and then into June Sao as Dutch Tricks is up by just over a 10th of a second. He'll head down the final few kinks of this racetrack and down the main straightaway. DRS wide open. Up to the line comes the AlphaTauri. Will improve to a 1 minute 7.589. He actually lost a little bit of time there going through June South, but still improves nonetheless. Tico, meanwhile, is getting ready as well. Currently second quickest. We saw how quick he was after his long absence at Jeddah. He was keeping up with Aguilera. Unfortunately, though, a 3-second time penalty that he had last week cost him any sort of chance to get a podium. And right now he's down by 51 thousandths to the first sector. Can still try to find any sort of improvement. as he heads up the hill through Ferradura. Down to 6th gear, modulates the throttle. Keeps it at 6th gear as well. Unlike we saw with Dutch, who went down to 5th at one point. Through Perino, and then up and over the crest. Heads up towards Pico de Pato, down to 2nd gear. Short shifts up to 3rd. Funny, I don't usually see that from drivers. I usually see them go through 4th gear in this game around Pico de Pato. And Tico has found time, like I mentioned. He has found about 45 thousandths to the middle sector. Now it's just all the kinks to go. 14, 15, opens DRS. Heads up to the line, comes the Aston Martin. Will improve to a 1 minute 7.635. But he doesn't really improve, though, to gain a position. Questra, though, up to 4th as well. 1 minute 7.7, essentially. Looking good there. The Mercedes duo there of Broken and Questra. Aguero, our champion, our driver's champion for season 33 of F8, making his way through the middle sector. He's up by 90 thousandths to the middle sector as he heads through June South and up and over the crest through the kinks. Opens the DRS for the final time. We'll head up towards the line. Aguero will improve to 1 minute 7.678. He just gets ahead of Broken by just 11 thousandths as Broken goes into the pit lane for invalidating his run. Questra, I think, is getting ready. Sem driver's just ahead. Who is just about to start a flying lap, I think. Curly 7th, sitting 7th quickest for the time being with a 1 minute 7.812. Sem driver heading down the middle, the first sector split, he's up by 34 thousandths. How about Questra, though? To the first, he's up by 74 thousandths to the first sector as he makes his way through to Tito del Lago, up and over the hill, up towards Ferradura, down to 6th gear, modulates the throttle, hugs the inside apex, and makes his way through turn 8 to turn 9 as Jesler now improves to a 1 minute 7.666. The Aston Martins right now occupying the first and second rows, for at least for now. Questra up to the middle sector is up by just 2/10. He has found a lot of time in that middle sector. Sem driver, meanwhile, heads up towards the start finish line. Will set a 1 minute 7.671. But Questra, though, goes to pole with a 1 minute 7.489. Improves by 0.2 of a second. He now is on the top of the timing sheets. Where on earth has that pace come from Questra? Gee whiz, he has really found some good pace. Mitui is going into the pit lane. And there is a Haas about to start a lap. I think that would be Jeremy. His teammate, though, is behind. Jeremy currently occupying 15th. Has only one Grand Prix win to his name, and that came back at Singapore in round 2 of the championship, where he pulled up a masterclass strategy in the wet weather conditions. He is up by 0.3 of a second to the first sector. Not a bad improvement to the first sector. I didn't catch, though, what Robson's first sector was as he heads around Ferradura. We have 2.5 minutes to go. Actually, no, we have 2 minute 50 seconds to go, I should have said, in this qualifying session. So everyone will be getting out to the pit, out of the pit lane, and of course getting ready for their flying laps. Of course, with this track, it's very easy to get an out lap and an in lap going if, like, you, let's say, do make a mistake, or if you do need to do an extra lap to warm up your tires. That is something I do like about Interlagos for sure. It's just a very short lap around here. Jeremy, meanwhile, I didn't quite catch his middle sector, but does he improve? Yes, he does. So 1 minute 0.091. Robson, though, is up by 1/10 of a second. Oh, he lost time, though, in the final sector. He must have messed up somewhere. And I think, well, if he doesn't have enough fuel, I think that's a qualifying over for the two Haas's. Zico getting ready. Dutch Trick's getting ready as well. Questra has not left the pit lane yet. He better get going. He's going to be having minimal time left on the clock if I can find out what the We have a minute 40 to go. If he doesn't get out now, he won't be able to get out in time. I think he's coming out now. From what looks like, I do see a car coming out. Alright, down the Retro Aposta comes Dutrix. He's up by 7,000 of a second. Tico hasn't validated his lap. He does have time, though, to go for another run, thankfully for him. So he will have time to go out and go at least for an improvement. Beluti has decided to retire from the session. He will not further improve. He's down in 16th place, though, with a 1:09.0. Broken, though, goes to the top. 1:75.75. Oh, dearie me. That's a very good lap indeed from Broken, but will that stay, though? And I think Dutch has bailed on his lap. It's right now currently a Mercedes 1-2, almost like what happened in real life. Brazilian Grand Prix. Jesler will go up to the first sector. He's up by a 19,000th of a second to the first sector. He needs to find at least 2/10. Aguilera, though, has cemented to the top with a 1:07.408. He now sits to the top of the timing sheets. Question, though, now gets ready. I think he's someone that can challenge for pole as well. But don't count everyone else behind him. From probably down to 10th, I think, could challenge for pole position. Dutch Tricks making his way down the back straight. Down the Retro Aposta, he's down by 3,000ths. Tico didn't quite catch his first sector. Jesler, though, I think is up by 9,000 from what it said to the middle sector. Sam Driver, though, on a lap as well. Play Tender is down by 11,000 tracks. I haven't quite catch his lap there, as I think that was Jimmy that just improved to a 1:07.529. Goes up, puts himself into third place. Jesel only improves by 78,000ths to a 1:07.589. It done the exact same time as Dutch Tricks. Dutch Tricks, meanwhile, is up by 46,000ths. He needs to find at least another 10th somewhere, though, in this final sector if he wants to get pole position. Question, though, is down by a 10th. He's not going to improve from what it's looking like. Tika, though, goes to second. 1:07.479. Where is Jesler? Did he improve? No, he did not. He stays 6th quickest. Sam Driver, though, opens DRS, heads up to the line. Can he improve? Yes, he can. Only to 8th with a 1:07.591. Play 10, though, goes into pit lane, and that's qualifying over. And oh my god, that is extremely close. Look at this. Look at this. My goodness. The top 3 are separated by nearly 80,000. Nearly 80,000. From P1 to P13 is separated by over 5.5 tenths. That is extremely close. Unbelievable, but wow. Top quality stuff, I will say that. By over 5.5 tenths separates from P1 to P13. Nearly 80,000 separating the top 3. From P4 to P7 is separated by 6 1,000ths. And Dutch and Jesler did the exact same time. Although Dutch did that lap time before him. That's why he's ahead of him. Anyway, it's Aguilera, Tico, Questshow, Jimmy, Broke Jesler, Samdriver, Michui, Play Tenno, Trax, Zunin, Bossy, Robson, Jeremy, Straduzzi, Bluty, and Tristan. Rounds it all off here for this quality session. My goodness me, what a qualifying session indeed. Over 5.5 tenths. That's something you definitely love to see. And I haven't got a weather report, so I'm probably going to assume it. I was going to say assume it's dry. It's not. We've got some rain in the mix. Alright, so they're going on the intermediate tire. So, while we wait, and of course there'll be no formation lap, remember to check out GT Omega, who is a leading manufacturer of gaming peripherals from gaming chairs to sim racing cockpits to improve your gaming. Set up with GTO, use the code word PSGL to get 5% off of GT Omega products. Check them out on Twitch on gtomega.tv and GT Omega Race on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Alright, here we go. And it went to Interlagos for the final race of the season. We got 5 red lights and 36 laps ahead of us. And the races go here in Interlagos. It's a nice start from what's looking like from Aguedo. Questioner, though, going to the outside of Tico. Tico stays in front. He's into second place. Dutch Tricks into fourth. Right behind him as well as Jimmy, who's losing ground. He's down to fifth. Make that eighth, maybe ninth. As Jezel's right next to him. Tendo's to gain 3 spots as well on the opening lap. Cars shuffling about here in these sort of conditions as well. Jimmy to the inside of his teammate. Into Tessio DeLago. Chesler runs wide. Now, contact between the 2 Williams as they made their way up the hill. Running wide is someone at the back, and that was Robson, I believe, in the Haas. I think that just went wide. Chesler and Mitui, the 2 Williams are still scrapping in front of him as they make their way through turn 9. The 2 Williams are still not giving up for one another. Tendo, Jimmy, contact between the 2 as they make their way around to Pico de Pato. Contact again! Gee whiz, they are really not afraid to get their elbows out. Jimmy had a twitch there. Here comes Chesler to the inside, goes for the switch. Chesler, though, doesn't really give it too much room. Oh, it's tight. Gee whiz. Jimmy keeps the place. But meanwhile, at the front, Aguilera leads the way by 0.7 of a second to Tico, then Tico and Questo. Dutch Tricks as well right behind. And then it's Sim Driver Broken. The 2 Williams have Playtown Jim. Jimmy has definitely lost a lot of ground. He's lost about 4 spots. Sim Driver has gained 3. Jeremy has gained 5 on the opening lap. And meanwhile, he's trying to battle with Mitui. Mitui runs wide. Bossy also runs wide. Again, contact and a spin for the McLaren. Tracks are spun. Contact between him and Mitui at the exit of turn 5. Dearie me. Oh dear. Not a very great start there for Tracks. Had a shocker too last week at Jeddah. Who are you talking about, Forrest? What guy is smoking? I don't know if you're talking about me, but I don't smoke. Still early in the morning for me. Still morning for me too. Aguedo sets fast lap at 1:18.4. No DRS, of course. That'll be not enabled. Oh, contact there. Dutch Tricks, Questro. They had contact there at turn 3. Questro lost ground, a lot of ground to the top 2. He's also dropped a place as well, right behind Dutch Tricks. Must have got a very poor run there at the exit of turn 2 leading into turn 3. Sim Driver running a bit wide there at the exit of turn 7 around Ferradura. Through turn 8 up towards turn 9. Aguilera starting to pull a bit of a gap. It's 1.1 seconds separating between him and Tico. As they make their way around. Pico de Pato down towards Maguglia. Now up the hill towards at the exit of June South. Everyone else single file. Looks like, oh, never mind that. Mitui have spun. Exit of Maguglia gets going again though, but he's down to 17th. Aguilera sets another fastest lap. Right now has a 1.1 second gap between himself and Tico. And right now things, I think, are looking good more into Red Bull's favor, even though Strategies is out of the points. Aguero, though, I think would have enough points at the moment to keep Red Bull ahead and seal the Constructors' Championship, but we still got a long way to go. Up and over the hill, around turn 7, Sim Driver, right behind Questro. Make their way through turn 9, up towards turn 10. Yeah, so far you can't really do too much in these sort of conditions. When it's these sort of conditions, makes it very difficult to pass. No DRS to aid you. And not only that, you sometimes can get compromised by dirty air. Aguero sets another fastest lap, 1 minute 17.979. He's still maintaining a 1.1 second, well now it's under that 1 second range. And now it's got over that, 1.4. Now it's the range between Aguero and Tico. Sam Driver, though, has a good run on Questro. Oh, but Questro seems like he has the better straight line speed compared to the Alfa Romeo. Probably my guess is that Questro doesn't really have a setup that's really suitable for these sort of conditions. He is starting to struggle a little bit more. The guy that was qualified towards the front, right now he's kind of struggling a little bit. And qualifying on the second row, actually, so he lost only one spot. I had to make sure to clarify that. Alright, through turn 10. Yellows, who is that? That's Tristan that spun at the exit of Purino. Drops down to 16th place because of that. Aguero on another fastest lap, 1 minute 17.5 as Trax has a spin now. At the corner he spun about 3 or 4 laps ago at the exit of turn 5. Jesler, oh Jimmy, elbows out, side by side through Senna S. The Aston Martin though gets in front, and here comes Jeremy around the outside. He gets in front of Jimmy, he moves himself into 9th place. And Mitri also got by Tristan for 16th. Oh, gee whiz. Jesler nearly, well, he ran wide there at the exit of turn 4. Well, turn 5 more specifically. Playtender now runs wide at the exit of turn 7. As they head down towards Perino. Now up and over the hill, up towards Pico de Pato. Turn 10. Yellow's right again. That is Tristan, I think. Yes, it is. At the exit of turn 7. Not having a great time, it seems, here at Interlagos in these sort of conditions. Aguero sets another fastest lap. 1 minute 17.1. Dutch Tricks counters that with a 1:16.9. And here comes Jesler to the inside of Playtendo. Oh, side by side between Aston and Williams. Williams stays in front. He stays in front of him into 7th place. But does Jesler get him here at turn 4? He seems like he's got decent pace. Here he comes. Dives it in. Pulls the car up and does a nice job there. Playtendo though is not giving up. Oh, I think he might have to concede there. Yeah. Jesler got a little bit too far in front for him there. Send that from Jesler, now moves himself into 7th place. Yeah, meanwhile, it's still a little bit of a trade that's just been forward thanks to Questro. Leading this whole quartet of cars is... Oh, I think Tristan's left. Well, hopefully he'll be able to rejoin. Oh, Mitri's left as well. 2 drivers have left the session, apparently. I'll make sure to see what's going on, if there's anything. Meanwhile, though, Jesler does get by Broken, and he moves himself into 6th place. Get by at turn 1 at the entry to Center S. Let me make sure I have anything hopefully nothing's going on in the Discord. I'll keep my eyes on that. Because I noticed the host left, and then I saw 2 other drivers leave. Heading through turn 7. Oh, that's what happened. His game crashed. Okay, so now we keep going as normal. I think Sim Driver's left as well. I noticed he's ghosted on my screen. Yeah, I think he's not in the session from what it's looking like. Whoa, there's the AI nearly had a moment there. Tristan's now back into the session. Tico now sets fastest lap, 1 minute 16.1. Really flew on that lap, it seemed. He's now closed the gap a little bit now to under a second between himself and Aguedo. Broken and Sem Driver, that's Sem Driver's AI, of course, getting past. Strozzi now overtakes Jimmy. Up to the points he goes. As we're now on to lap 9 of 36 here at Interlagos. Strozzi now takes Sem Driver's AI. Now he's into 9th place. Alright, heading through turn 10, turn 7, I should say. Jimmy now goes into the points, as Sem Driver now is out of the points. Play Tendo. Not quite close enough. In through turn 10. And up towards now Magulio. Turn 11, up to turn 12. Yeah, can't find a way by. I think the rain has stopped. Yep, it has. I can see that there's no drops in the camera lens or halo, so yeah, that gives me an indication that the conditions are going to improve. So that definitely means we're going to go into dry conditions very shortly. And I think someone just set the fastest lap. I couldn't see who that was. That was Dutch. He did a 15.7 on that last lap. And Tico has also closed in on Aguedo. It's now nearly half a second, separating the top 2. Making their way up the hill. Meanwhile, up towards the midfield, down toward the midfield, I should say. Broken and Play Tendo side by side. Play Tendo looking to the inside. Hey, up to turn 7, up to turn 8. He'll have the outside line for turn 9. He now gets in front. He's trying. Now he gets in front of the Mercedes-Benz. He moves himself into 6th place. Nice little side-by-side action as Play Tendo nearly had a moment there at the exit of turn 11 at Mugulio. Tico is now going into the pits. Dutch Trick sets fastest lap. I think this might be a bit. Oh, it might be. I was gonna say it might be early, but actually it might be dry enough. We'll see. Let's see what tires are going on. Hard tires for Tico. Hard tires for Quest Show. Seems like there's gonna be a fair mix. Hard tires as well. Jessel had a double stack thanks to his teammate. Medium tires at the go for Play Tendo. Soft tires at the go for Sem Driver's AI. Bossy on mediums. You want to be more on the grippiest tire available to you. With the trap being cool and somewhat still trying to dry up, you want to be on the grippiest tire. The soft tire would be the way to go, but thanks to this game being so not so great with its soft tires, it's usually going to be the medium tires that's the more grippier tire. So that's what Play Tendo and Bossy are gambling on. Same with Mitui. But Tico and everyone else, Tico, Questo, Jesler, Pluti, Zudin, and Tristan, that have gone in for hard tires. That they're going to try to go the distance, of course. Aguirre now goes into the pits. Dutch Tricks also comes in as well. Sam Driver now has rejoined the session, and I think DRS is enabled, if I haven't caught that yet. There was a 5-second penalty I noticed as well, and that was for Question for speeding in the pit lane. Alright, let's see. Where is that Aston Martin? There he is, down the main straight. I think Aguado is going to stay well in front. He is going to stay well in front. Now DRS is enabled. Okay, now it's indicated. There we go. DRS is now enabled. So Tico might have played this a little bit. Oh no, Dutch Tricks has spun! Exit of turn 4, lean to turn 5. He's now got front wing damage as well. You saw the end plate come off of the Alpha Tower. He's now got damage. Oh dear. Cold tires at the exit of the pit lane. And the consequence has been met there for spinning there. Dmitry now has joined. But yeah, Tico playing a little bit too early there to get off of those inters to the hards. He should have waited another lap. If he did that, he wouldn't have lost so much time to Aguado. The gap before that, remember, was under a second. It's now 2.7 seconds. And Tico now sets the new fastest lap. Dutch Tricks goes into the pits. Tico doing a 1:13.6. That's now being by Questioner, did a 1:12.8. Same tire as well. Jesler losing a bit of ground as well, I've just noticed there. Losing 2 spots. Losing out to Jeremy and Plate Tender, who are on medium compound tires, remember, so they're on the quicker tire. As we head up towards turn 4. Rocket behind as well. Yeah, Jesler's going to be completely swamped by these medium runners here. Oh, contact there. Brogan, though, gets a 3-second penalty. I don't think that's deserved, though, that 3-second penalty. Jesler closed the door, and pretty much Brogan had nowhere to go. He had to go over the curb. Yeah, I think that could get removed. That was a bit of a stupid penalty, if I'm totally honest. George Izzy got a penalty, same with Sudin for multiple warnings. Tico sets another fastest lap. Track sets another fastest lap. Sets the fastest lap. 1:11.3. As they head up towards turn 1, up towards the center S. And Tico is trying to close up on an Aguado. It was over 3 seconds. Remember, at the end of the pit cycle, it's 1.8 seconds now between the top 2. Up and over the hill, up towards Firadura. Up towards now turn 8 to turn 9. 1.8 seconds still separating the top 2. Mitriapelli spinning Jesler! Oh no! He spins at the exit of turn 10, leading up to turn 11. Loses control at the exit of the corner. Drops all the way down to 12th. Oh no. Oh, and he spins again. Hot tires at the rear. Thank goodness Ghosty kicked in. Oh, and he's beached the car. Yep, that's the only time I'll allow that. Yeah, if you beach the car, yeah. Because it is very easy to do so in this game. Yeah, he definitely doesn't deserve a penalty for that. His car was beached. Dutch Trick sets fast lap with a 1:09.8. Gap now is 1.5 seconds between the top 2. Trax has gone off the track there just to get out of people's way. That's at least good sportsmanship by the McLaren driver. Trying to not interfere with anyone's battles. Trying to obey the blue flags as best he can. And even though Ghosting is on, you want to treat this like if this is real the real thing, like if the ghosting wasn't on. And just obey blue flags. Track's at 5-second penalty for speed. Yeah, but I figure that's what he would do, retire in the pit lane. He gets that enough. He becomes our first retirement of the race. Unfortunate there for the McLaren driver. Just a little bit of bad luck happened in the last couple of races, unfortunately. And up towards Spirituro. This is for the final podium spot between Jeremy and Questro. And also Questro has that 3-second time penalty for, or was that a 5-second? I can't remember. It was 5 seconds, sorry. Yellows are out, that's for Track's AI. Mitri has also left the session as he spins at the exit of turn 4, so he probably just left the session in frustration. Not because of internet. 10-2 yellows, that's just for Track's AI, just dawdling about on the racetrack. Take a look and see what the battery situation is. Figured Tico would be in the single digits. He's down to now literally 0%. Aguirre, though, has not used anything. He's at 84% of battery life. Meanwhile, Jeremy looking for a move. Here he comes, outside. At turn 4, Questro holds the inside line. Around turn 5, but up towards turn 6, he'll convert to the inside for Jeremy. And he moves into the podium places. As it is also spun. That's at the exit of turn 3. And through goes Jesler as well. Alright, meanwhile, we are approaching the halfway mark of this race here in Interlagos. So far, been a pretty, well, apart from a couple of incidents we saw, other than that, it's been pretty tidy racing so far. No safety cars have come out. That's at least a good thing, too. As Jeremy is right now holding the foul podium spot, but Questro will get DRS down this back straight. But Tendo isn't far away. He's used up a lot of his battery as well. There is Broken as well in 6th. Tendo using up battery as well. He's in the single digits as well. In fact, this whole pack is. Yellows, that's Ropston, that's spun. At the exit of turn 4, leading into turn 5. At the exit of the Cia de Lago. He gets going again, but unfortunately has tumbled down more of the order there, down to 11th. Meanwhile, still 1.6 second lead between Aguilera and Tico. Yellows are out again, there's in and there's spun again, this time at the exit of turn 7 and leading up to turn 8. Deary me. Tendo closing in. Not far enough. Trax has left the session. Fair enough. After retiring early in this race. And around turn 7 up to turn 8. Now it's a Pirarino. Up and over the hill, up towards Pico de Pato. Can Playtender find a way by against Questro. Questro will not have DRS. Playtender though will get DRS down this main straight. He doesn't have much battery, but neither does Questro. Here he comes. Opens the DRS, closing on the Mercedes-Benz, looks to the inside. He now takes 4th place away from Questro. Will Questro though fight back though, heading up towards turn 4. He will get DRS down this back straight. Here he comes, DRS wide open, not close enough though to attack the Williams. As Sim driver goes to the pit lane. Now Jose I pit for soft tires, he's on medium tires now. Ruffson overtaking. Oh, dearie me. Trying to overtake Dutchrix, I think, there at turn 4. Dutchrix moving himself into 10th place. A bit of a tie battle between those two at turn 4. Meanwhile, plate 10 now is Jeremy in his sights. He's got DRS as well, so he'll close the gap. Oh, not as much as I thought he would. He only gained about maybe nearly a 10th. But then he does get a good exit there out of turns 1 and 2 through the center S. Oh, that explains a little bit why. Jeremy's got DRS thanks to the Ferrari, who has not gone out of the way. I think that lap car, I believe, is me tweets AI. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that explains a little bit why plate 10 wasn't gaining much down the main straight. Sim driver overtakes his teammate for 12th. Of course, he is on the softer tire. He's on the medium tire. Compared to Blue, he is on the hard compound tire. Alright, lap 21 of 36. Or make that 22 of 36, rather. Got about over 15 laps to go. Nintendo right now closing in on Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy has a bit of a twitch. At the exit of turn 3 through cover to Soul. Plate 10 has DRS. Can he close in? No, not close enough. Here through turn 4. Sim driver and Jesler is battling out. Jesler gets by. Actually stays in front, I should say. Oh no, that was it Bluty or was that? No, that was Bluty. Sorry. I said Sim driver, my bad. Yeah, Jesler is ahead of Bluty for 13th place. As Zuna now overtakes Tristan at the center S for 15th place. Sector 2, yellows. That's Jesler that spun. Exit at turn 4, and he's dropped down to 14th place. Jesler once again seems like having a bit of a shocker here at Interlagos. Yeah, right now, as it's currently standing, it's looking like Red Bull will maintain the lead and win the Constructors' Championship here for F8. Remember, the gap before this was 19 points separating between Aston Martin and Red Bull. But with the 2 cars in the points and only 1 car right now in the points for Aston Martin, well, 2 cars in the points for Red Bull, I should say, more specifically. Yeah, it's looking like Red Bull will win the... Oh, gee whiz, I think Tico just had a moment there. Had a massive twitch at the exit of turn 10. He's lost a bunch of time as well. He's lost about maybe half a second there to Aguedo. Alright, lap 24 now commences. Meanwhile, the Plateno still closing in. on the Haas. He's right behind him, and he will have DRS. He's not close enough. Jeremy, though, getting some really nice speed down that back straight. It seems like he's got a little bit of straight line speed. Kind of pulled away a little bit there. Alright, hang up to turn 7 to turn 8 we go. Or turn 8, then turn 9, sorry. Up and over the crest, up towards turn 10 at Pico to Pato. Around Magulio. Platendo will have DRS again. Down the main straightaway. I think Platendo doesn't really want to go for any sort of moves just yet. Which is a bit of a wise thing to do. Just follow the car in front of you. Save up as much battery as you can and then wait for the right moment to pounce on them. The two Mercedes though aren't that far away either. It's just leading a bit of a train. From down towards, I believe, Jimmy. Straduzzi's a little bit too far out, a little bit far out of this little train. Yellows are out again. That would be, I believe, Zunin that has spun. Yep, at the exit of June South. Zunin 5-second penalty for speed, and I think that's going to be retirement. Yes, it is. He has had enough as well. Ferrari are going to score nothing here in this race. Yes, I think Tristan has had again. Oh, wait. Oh, right. I forgot Tristan when he left the session and migrated a host to Zunin, so that makes a little bit of sense. Let's see what the battery life's looking like. Tico, yep, has used up all of it. Aguilera, though, is at 57%. He's still got some juice to deal with. Right behind, though, Jeremy, who is about 8.6 seconds behind Tico. He's got 27% battery life. Plateno's got 38%. Questro's got 16. Look, broken. His teammates got 30, and Jimmy's got 17. Straduzzi's now in this train as well. He's at 18%. Dutch Tricks has had something happen to him. He's spun at the exit of turn 5. Oh, right, I forgot. I was going to say that there was a Ferrari off the track, but that was Zunin's car. And Dutch is not moving. Was he waiting? I'm guessing he was waiting for Jesler to get by. Oh, I thought that was going to trigger a safety car or something. Because when that happens, if you stay stationary for a little bit, the safety car will trigger to come out. But I don't think that's what his intention was. Meanwhile, the Mercs are switching. Broken is now moving himself into fifth, ahead of his teammate at turn 4. Around turn 7, up to turn 8 we go. Can the Williams find a way by against the Haas here to make the way through turn 11, or turn 10, then 11 now. Goodness me. Magulio's turn 11, turn 12 is June South, KD. Goodness me, my points kept getting mixed up. Yellows are out again. That is for Dutch. He has spun at the exit of turn 4 and has put the car on the wall. Stops on track as well. He's facing backwards. Through goes Aguedo. Through goes Tico. Resets himself to track. I'm probably guessing he was stuck. That's probably the second jar. And retires on track. Nice. Not a great way to end your season, though. As I was watching that, though, Playtendo has gone past Jeremy. He's now up into third. He's now ahead of the Haas. As they make their way around Magulio, up towards Jun Sao. Top two gap right now is 1.3 seconds. But Aguirre does have some battery in his disposal. Jeremy, can he find a way by? No is the answer. He's not close enough through turn 1 and turn 2. Up towards the back straight up down the retro Posta towards the feet of the Lago. Up turn 4. Jeremy, not close enough here to attack. Oh, but has another twitch there. The exit of turn 4 used a little bit of the curb. Car just almost gave up on him. Stroduzzi looking to the inside. Jimmy, can he find a way by? No, he can't. Now through here at turn 7. Down the hill to turn 9 through Pirorino. Made a little bit of a good recovery after crashing out of qualifying. Stroduzzi. Oh, contact there! That is definitely contact between Stroduzzi and Jimmy. I heard the contact there. Hitting the rear of the car. Spins Jimmy out. He's down to 9th. Yep, that's... Yeah, well, no doubt that's going to be a penalty for that. Oh, it's Jeremy Espon! At Curva de Sol! Jimmy gets a 5-second penalty and retires. Oh dear. That's so unfortunate for Jeremy. Was fighting for the final podium spot. Used way too much curve at Curva de Sol, and as a result, he drops down to 8th place after fighting for a podium spot. Wow. Meanwhile, though... Oh, Playtendo's lost it! And a collision between Broken and Playtendo! Playtendo, oh, that's rubbish! A 5-second penalty for Playtendo for the collision. Now it's going to be between Questo and Stroduzzi for the final podium spot. And Stroduzzi goes through. Playtendo losing out the podium is gone out the window. Although I don't think it will be entirely. I think he could get that 5 seconds removed. That was so stupid by the game. For giving him that penalty for the collision between himself and Broken. It was just a racing incident. Stroduzzi. Trying to hang on against Questro. Jesler, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. He too also retires. He becomes now our 5th retirement of the race. Yep, well that definitely seals the deal there for Aston Martin and Red Bull's battle. Red Bull, you're officially your Constructors Champions for season 33 of F8, sorry. Questro looking, doesn't commit. Ooh, Stroduzzi parks the bus. There at the exit of turn 1. And down the retro Posta towards the Theater del Lago. Not close enough. The yellow flags are for Jesler's car. Just orderly. Up towards now turn 6 and 7 we go. Someone's left the session. That's Jessler that's left the session. So he was also the host of the lobby. Playtender, though, is losing a bit of touch, though, to the top two. Or top two. The two cars at front, I should say. I wonder if he may have got some floor damage there, Playtender, from that collision. There's a good chance he could have either got floor damage or side pod damage. He really has not made up any ground. I mean, fair credit to also Questioner and Straduzzi, with them following each other with Questioner having DRS. Or, well, Questioner following Straduzzi with DRS. Yeah, it doesn't really help his case. And if I remember, they both have 3-second penalties. Now Questioner has a 5-second penalty. So he can, well, let's say if Playtendo does appeal that 5-second penalty, he could at least go up to 4th. I don't think, though, he would overtake Straduzzi. Meanwhile, top two separate by 1.3 seconds. It's been that way for a while. Aguero, though, doesn't have much battery, but he's got a little bit more compared to Tico. As we now reach 3 laps to go here in Interlagos. It's 1.1 seconds. Could we see a fight for the win here between these two? Red Bulls, we know, have claimed the Constructors' Championship, and their champion right now is still leading the way. Only by 1.1 seconds, though. I wonder if the zero flags are out. June's out. I'm wondering if Aguero has he fuel saving? Let's see. Trying to see if he's doing a lift. I don't think he's lifting and coasting. I don't think he's fuel saving. I do know that this place does burn fuel. That is something I do know. 2 more laps to go here. Still 1.2 seconds is the margin between the top two, between Aguero and Tico. Yeah, these two have pretty much been the class of the field, pretty much. But Aguero, though, has led every single lap and even claimed pole position. Lap car gets out of the way, very nicely done. That was Tristan that got out of the way. As Tico gets himself a 3-second penalty, that's it. Game over right there. Tico used way too much of turn 8. Gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. So now all Aguero has to do is just bring the car to the finish, and he will claim yet another victory here in F8. Meanwhile, the battle for the podium, I think it's pretty much cemented from what it's looking like. Even with the Questioner's penalty that was for speed in the pits. Something you definitely cannot appeal. If Straduzzi does let him through, I mean, he's in range to at least beat him on pens. So, see what goes on. We're on to the final lap as well. Lap 36 to 36 here at Interlagos. Questioner opens DRS. Not close enough, though, to attack. Well, it seems like, as I said, it's going to be looking like a victory for our current champion in F8, Aguero, who qualified on pole, has led every lap of this race, broken his overtaken Robson. And will be victory number 5 here for the Spaniard He comes around the final kink, down the main straight to the finish. Aguedo will win the Brazilian Grand Prix, and he will cement his statement in this championship. Red Bull have claimed the Constructors' Championship. And of course, as I mentioned, Aguedo has cemented the Drivers' Championship in Jeddah about a week ago. Tico gets second, Straduzzi third. Question fourth. Bossy moves up to fifth. Playtendo sixth. Sam Driver seventh. Broken eighth. Robson in ninth. Jeremy in 10th place. Is something. Oh, Jeremy ran out of fuel. That's what happened. He ran out of fuel in the final lap. That makes sense. Broken finishes in 10th. Billy 11th. Tristan 12th. And Mitway in 13th. I would say that's fair enough. Driver of the day goes to Straduzzi, although if Jeremy does elect to report him, there could be a penalty coming his way. A 1-3 for Red Bull, Constructors champions. And there's your Drivers champion going down the corridor and onto the podium celebrations. Aguedo, victory number 5 here in F8. What has been a superb season for him. Tico claiming second place. Gets onto the podium spots. Straduzzi, a good recovery, finishing in third after crashing out in qualifying. Can at least finish the season on a high for his sake at least. And there are your unofficial results of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Aguedo finishes with a race win, his 5th race win of the season. Tico in 2nd, Straduzzi 3rd, Questra 4th, Bossy 5th, Playtendo 6th, Sam Driver 7th, Robson 8th, Jeremy 9th, Broken 10th, Ludi 11th, Tristan 12th, Mitri 13th, and then the retirees, Jesler, Jimmy, Dutchtrick, Zunin, and Trax. And yeah, I think that is that for F8 at least. Still got plenty of racing to go though. Last bit of it for PSGL. Got the F1 series going on for the PlayStation side. Of course, top drivers going out about for that. I think they're still in the middle of the qualifying session, so if you want to tune into that, and Jessica are commentating that race, be sure to give them a like as well. Follow and follow, of course, PSGL on Twitter, Instagram, and all social media platforms, and subscribe to them on YouTube. I think with that, I think it will be time to pretty much go on a conclusion here for this. Well, I'll probably say for my first season of commentary here at PSGL, it's been probably one of my best seasons of commentary. Oh, do you want interviews? Yeah, I can do interviews for you if you want. Give me a second, Tico. I think that's who you are. To get text, maybe that is you, Tico. Yeah, I could do interviews. Give me a second. I just haven't been doing interviews lately because of well, no one really has been showing up and whatnot. Alright, let me see if I can add you in here. I know Aguedo says he doesn't do interviews. That's mainly because of his English, from what he's told me. Oh, you're not Tico. My bad. I just thought you were under another name. My bad. I can try and see if they want to join. I doubt it. I mean, I have interviews for about, I don't know, probably a good couple of weeks. But if they want to join, they're more than welcome to. Yeah, we'll go and see if they want to join. If not, I'll give them my little roundup on this season. Oh, I think I just saw him there. There he is. Stretch easy. Alright, we'll invite the pair of them if they choose to join and whatever. Oh, Questro. Well, I can't really do that. I can only interview the top 3. Speaking of that, hello there, Straduzzi.
Hey yo.
Hello. Well, I guess since you're here, I might as well just go ahead and get started with the interview with you then. Well, what can I say? For qualifying, it didn't seem like you had much to do other than you just crashed into a wall at turn 3. But
Yeah.
other than that, you made a good recovery drive after all that, from 15th to, what was it, 15th to 3rd? I think that was
16.
16th to 3rd. Sorry,
16th.
I thought it was somewhere around there. But anyway, how was it for you, especially with having to deal with the whole crossover point from intermediates to draws?
Yeah, as you said, quali was a bit bad for me, but I started. I had no training at all, and I just play iRacing recently on PC, so I just came here for the last race without practice or anything. So that's why I might crashed in qualifying. But yeah, the race was pretty nice. Yeah, as you said, from 16th to 3rd. I had a good pace, in my opinion, for not training at all. And yeah, sadly I tapped Jimmy, the Williams or Alpine, I don't know who it was, in the last corner.
Yeah, it was Jimmy, I believe.
Yeah, that is a bit bad, and I don't know if he reports me for that. If he will, it is okay. I will take a full fault. The fault was at my side. But yeah, then the Mercedes crashed, I guess. Somehow ghosting didn't work at all there. And it was a bit weird because someone in front of me got damage, I think, and I didn't get damage, and so that was the point. I could take over P3 at the end, and then I just finished my race.
Yeah.
With the pace I had.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It was by Tendo and Broken. They, yeah, like you said, the ghosting system didn't kick in, and yeah, it was just unfortunate. Of course, I know this ghosting system in this game is just stupidly bad, but
yeah.
But
we
yeah.
all hope for a better game in F1's 2023.
Well, I mean, hopefully, I'm just hoping physics will be better. From what it's looking like, I'm hoping it might be more like what it is from 2020 or 2021, because that's what I've been hearing, is what the comparisons are with that handling model.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah, since this is the conclusion of this season, how would you reflect on it? I mean, I know you've had a bit of up and down this season.
Yeah.
You definitely seem like you definitely have a pace and all that to fight for a championship. Do you think you'll come back to PSGL if you do decide to?
Of course, I will come back to PSGL next season, and I hope for a better tier this time. But yeah, as you said, my seasons were full of up and downs. At the start, I was pretty comfortable to get some wins and maybe to get the championship as well. But then, yeah, some unlucky things like Austria, where I stayed on the dry tires, and it started to rain in the last race, and I got overtook by everyone basically. And then I had some crashes, sometimes with Aguado in Mexico, I guess it was. And yeah, just some bad luck for me. But in the end, Tristan said I'm second in the standings, so it's pretty nice. And we won also the constructor championship, so I think the season overall was a pretty good season for us, for me and Aguado.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys claimed the Constructors Championship as well, so also congratulations to you two as well.
Thank you.
Of course. But yeah, since you do seem like you want to come back to PSGL, I wish you the very best, and whatever whatever tier you end up, I wish you for the best of that as well.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for commentating as well.
No problem. Anytime. It's been a good season, I think, for my first comms gig in PSGL.
Yeah.
At least I try.
You
Anyway.
did a good job.
Thanks, mate. Anyway, take care and have a good rest of your day. Alright. Alright, well, I guess that's... And, yeah, I guess a bit of a final words from me, chat, is, yeah, like I was about to say before Straduzzi came on, yeah, I think I enjoyed my first time here commentating this tier, not only this tier, but this entire league. Of course, it was brand new to me to come in this whole thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did as well. Hopefully I'll be able to come back next season. We'll wait and see what happens. Big thank you also to Tristan, who has been our coordinator as well through the entire season for F8. Doing a very good job as well. To make sure everything's all up and running and stuff. But I think with that, everybody, I think that'll be it. So, on this conclusion here for F8, I have been KD1997. Thank you very much for watching, and whenever we come back for PSGL, we will see you then. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too.